ain't never been to a Diddy party. Ain't never really wanted to go, but I don't go to a lot of people parties.
You think he's being targeted, or some of the stuff he's got, there's credibility on what they're coming after him?
I believe he's being targeted.
You believe he's being targeted?
Yeah. I believe, somebody, has the power to pull the trigger to make this domino effect happen.
All right. So you think he's being targeted?
I don't know enough to even be able to be specific on any of this stuff. It's just all speculation. I just know he was cool up until a point, and then this stuff started happening. So I believe somebody, like I said, yo, he's our new guy. We on this year or whatever.
At this point of being in this business this long, Hall of Fame, Walk of Fame, you name it, you got all of them, right? Who has the most power in the entertainment industry?
Wow. I mean, it's really hard to say who has the most power. It's some very powerful entities out here, maybe BlackRock has the most power in Hollywood. Who knows?
You'd say BlackRock. I wouldn't disagree with you there on BlackRock.
Vanguard.
State Street, those guys.
Maybe they have the most power in the entertainment.
You think more than like a Lucian Grange?
Yeah, he's just, he could be fired.
He could be fired.
Yeah.
Leor, even these guys could be fired.
Yes.
Okay, got it. So you're going straight to the top. Who has the most power? So you think there's so much power that if they wanted to not have a guy like you be heard, they would do their best to not have a guy like you be heard?
Yeah.
Same people who own the labels own the prisons.
Literally the same people?
Literally the same people who own the labels own private prisons. The records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry.
But they didn't make you write those lyrics.
It's not about making somebody write the lyrics. It's about being there as guardrails to make sure certain songs make it through and certain songs don't. Some records are made by committee, meaning record company guys sit around and tell the artists, this is hot, say that, do this. We're going to have this guy write the lyrics. We're going to have that. You have, the record company pushing the narrative, and somewhat, some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay full.
How much truth is there behind that?
I think it's a lot of truth. If you really remember, I was talking about the BlackRocks of the world and Vanguards of the world. Look how much they are invested in all these big labels and the prison industry. And, not saying that the CIA is sitting there writing rhymes, but they may have a deal with the labels and to allow certain records to get through. I mean, it's up to the label who they blow up, the whole industry. And so, I've seen records made by a committee when it's not the artist's own thought process. But that happens with a lot of records. A lot of records you got producers, you got A&R people, you got people who sit there and say, okay, this sound like it's a hit. This sound like it's going to be great. And so it's not hard to imagine a record label, finding a kid that's talking the hardest and blow him up to the top because they know, some kids may be out there going to listen and, like you said, be influenced to do something because this is their favorite rapper. So, you don't see a lot of happy rappers at the top of the game, do you? No.
You know any of these names, any of these people that the CIA fed them or somebody wrote the scripts for them or no? I'm not looking for names. I'm wondering if
I don't know names, it's just companies who, they're not going to let you put the record out unless they have a say in the production of the music.
I got you. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of like you write a book and they say, hey, you can't be critical of this guy. Take this out.
This man is elected. We're not standing by no more getting killed. We're not scared of anybody like Trump.
Yeah.
Or, hey, we got to talk to the lawyers about this line. We don't want to get sued by those like that.
Remember that Sean Puff Daddy Combs was saying that men like Trump need to be banished in 2020. Isn't that interesting?
Men like Trump need to be banished.
It's all making sense.
You're not saying necessarily
And-
to try to get internally to destroy a community like the African American community.
Well, you know, I mean, I'm not saying that it's not either. You know, I don't know what their plan is. I just know that the same people who own the labels own the prisons, and I believe, and it's a lot of evidence out there that they make sure that the records that are put out will more than likely have a negative effect on the community and create, a prison industry or a prison community where you got the men and women in the community going to jail often. So it happens. It's real. It's reality.